Hey, it's Lulama Anderson and
Midnight Crisis, back with another one.
yeah, it's the Sneyman podcast, back with a bang. I know it's been a while. It's been how many months now?
It's been a long time.
Yeah, man.
More than 3 months.
Yeah, I think it's been 3 months. I would confirm, but I'm lazy to go on Google to actually check our episodes on when was the last time we did this.
Well, I'm not. Let me check.
Yeah, so yeah, we're back with another episode, and I know a lot of things have happened since we brought you an episode, and I know my consistent guest was Ritabile. She's not available today. I think she's gonna join us as the episodes progress. Cause making a podcast, you might think it's easy. After here, we also need to edit, make sure that everything is good, the sound is good. Yeah. So the last episode we had, the sound was a bit off, and I know many of you noticed. So we're gonna make sure that the sound this time is crisp. As you can hear, the sound is good, right? So yeah.
Well, I'm having trouble searching for the podcast, dog. This name is actually hard to spell. Sneyman. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, so it's the Sneyman podcast is SNYMAAN. So it's like Sneyman, but
Probably most of you don't know.
It's a silent A and an E. Yeah.
Probably most of you don't know how to spell it, bro. It's a crazy word. Say SNY.
Yeah, MAANN. So yeah, man. Today we are going to talk about very simple topics. Politics, obviously, we have to get into it. Religion as well, because we're gonna base this channel mostly on religion and spirituality. Music as well. That's the main purpose. Yeah, music. We have a musician here, Midnight Crisis. You can check him out on all streaming platforms, Spotify, YT Music, whatever. You can find him there. Good music. So yeah, we're gonna do all of that. So we're gonna get into the first episode, even though you're still searching for the podcast.
I'm actually done. Yeah, we started this thing 4 months ago, dog. Actually, as we said on the first episode, the Sneyman podcast started a long time ago.
Way before 4 months.
Yeah, way before 4 months. But we had our official first YouTube video 4 months ago.
Yeah, yeah, that was the first official video, and I think we had like episodes for a month. So like literally it's 4 months ago. So yeah, man, we can get into the first topic. What's happening in music? J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar beef. Yeah.
Bruh,
crazy.
It's actually Drake and Kendrick.
What did I say?
You said J. Cole. He's also part of it in a way, because this whole thing started on that song, First Person Shooter, with Drake and J. Cole saying, they were actually saying 3 of them, including Kendrick, they what did he call it? The big 3.
Yeah, the big 3, yeah.
Yeah, but Kendrick didn't feel that shit. He was like, nah, fuck that shit. It's just the big me. So yeah, I think, but to me, this whole thing started a long time ago, because Kendrick hated Drake for a long time.
Why? That's the question.
For a long time, dog.
Why they hate on Drake?
Hey, bro, most people actually hate Drake because of some things that he did to them that I won't say. Most I don't know. Yeah, and actually most of these things we're actually not sure if it's true or not. But actually most people hate Drake because they think he's a bad person. They think he's busy with young kids and all that shit, and all those things. Yeah, it's actually a big topic to talk about, bro. It's a big topic because it even brought us a lot of good music, the diss songs and all of that, those things. Hey.
So, but the people want to know who won, because beef, when you release songs, there's a winner and a loser.
Yeah, we have to have a winner and a loser. And I am confident to say in this case, Kendrick won, guys. Like,
It's too obvious.
Yeah, it's too obvious. Even Drake didn't release any this song
He's dissing now. He's sneaking
that
in.
song. What is that song? Not Like Us. Yeah. After Not Like Us, Drake just kept his mouth shut.
Zip.
So for me, it's just obvious that Kendrick killed this thing, man, straight up.
Okay, so like I heard that he had a performance, and it was the first time he was performing Not Like Us. So the venue
didn't check it out. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, the venue actually, they said the capacity was 100,000. No, it was 90,000 people, right?
Yeah.
And once he announced, I think within like 3 days, it was like a demand of more than 100,000 people wanted to attend the concert. Because he hadn't performed the song Not Like Us before. So this was the first time a catchy diss song that you can bump your head to.
Bro, who doesn't want to be like in that arena? Like,
who wants to see that?
Who doesn't want to see Kendrick perform that song? Like, even if you're actually a Drake fan, I'm sure that you actually do want to see that nigga perform that song.
And it's quite unfortunate that we can't even play the song to you. We can't even really show you the visuals because, copyright.
Yeah.
So copyright is also very important. If you're a musician, you need to know your copyright law. So right now, imagine if we were to play the song, we wouldn't be able to release this video. Like YouTube itself wouldn't allow us.
We'd actually have to pay for copyright, then release the video.
And that's if they agree.
Yeah. Only. If not, we wouldn't release this thing.
Yeah, so okay, can you elaborate more on copyright law? Like, what do you need? Like, what does copyright mean, basically? Like, what does having copyright mean?
Copyright basically just means that you actually have the rights to actually own that song and do anything you want with it. Like, for example, if I record a song, like I do everything, get a beat, record everything. If I didn't actually take that song anywhere and register that song, I don't have copyright. So
register, what do you mean by register?
Register, I mean actually get copyright for that song. You can take it to Sambro, you can take it to distribution companies, but you can actually...
Like which ones, distribution companies?
For me, as I said on the first episode, I'm working with Dito Music, but there are many distribution companies like DistroKid. But yeah, there are a lot. But you just have to get your song registered. If it's not registered, let's say I hear that song, I can be able to actually steal the lyrics, steal the melody, steal the beat if I want, because your song is not registered. You see? Yeah, so
you need to own
it's important that after actually finishing your song, do not advertise it without actually getting copyrights to your song. That's very important. Also, copyrights help you in getting royalties, also getting paid when your song gets played on radio, for example. So you just have to actually know and have your copyright. If you have copyright, then I don't see where you can get wrong.
Yeah. So, but funny enough, we are like way ahead of our time, because when we ask most people about copyright law, they don't know anything about it, because most people, they have music. Like maybe some people have 100 songs, 50 songs, but they're not distributing the music, not on YouTube, nowhere. So how will they know that it's your song or it's famous? Or like, you want to sign a record label nowadays, just go independent and release your music. We need to hear your music. The record companies need to hear it as well.
Yeah, actually it's better to get copyright of your music before record labels actually come to sign you. Because if you haven't gotten your stuff together, those people are gonna rob you. Hey,
you'll get a lousy deal.
Crazy. Yeah, you get a bad deal, bro.
You get a lousy deal because
also they give you a bad deal because they can see that you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, so I think that's why. Because I think if they actually come across someone who's knowledgeable about these things, they wouldn't present a lousy deal to that person.
Yeah.
Just because they know that the person will ultimately reject the deal straight up.
Yeah, they'll give you what you're worth. If let's take you've actually performed and actually gotten paid from performances from your own songs, you'll actually know your value. So like let's take for an example, you perform and then they give you 500 per performance, right? Even when you sign the record deal, what if they say maybe they are giving you like 5,000 per performance? You'll reject the deal, be like,
or you might not even get anything for performance.
It might be a 360. They might be splitting the money with you 50-50 for a performance.
Or you might get a salary.
A salary.
That's the worst one. Like, hey,
like MT, Fifi Cooper, and the other cat,
Aries. Bro.
Yo, man, they were getting salaries 17,000 a month, but you're on a record deal. Doesn't even make sense. It's not even a normal record deal, bro.
Hey, bro. And those people were actually making millions.
Bangers,
they
bro.
were
Like
making
MT,
millions,
bro.
Imagine Roll Up, bro. The Roll Up remix, bro.
Those songs, Java as well was on that. Oh man, I think they could afford many artists on the record label because they were robbing them. Ambitious record, guys. Ambitious. If if you're going to sign to Ambitious, make sure your things are together.
Yeah. Also, you have to watch out the politics of music, because sometimes, these things, if they even branch out to politics and all that shit. So you just have to watch out and know what's actually happening in the world and in your actual specific country where you live.
Yeah, because if you don't know, guys, like in music, there are certain restrictions, right? There are certain music that you can't actually do. For example, disco. They are saying disco is dead, right? If you went out and made a disco record, they'll look at you very closely. Those are the politics. And also, if you are, unfortunately, if you are an African person and you are doing rock and roll, imagine, like, will they push your music? Those are the politics of music, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And speaking of politics, there are elections. In fact, the elections happened last month, right? 29 May. And right now, the politics are a mess. They are scrambling for a coalition, for a government of national unity. Like, when you check the news and without scrutinizing it, you won't really know what's going on. So I'm gonna break it down.
It's crazy, bro.
Yo.
But me, on the side of politics, what I'm angry about is 1 week ago, we were busy focused on elections and all of that. But now, since they're done voting, now it's back to square one with electricity,
load shedding,
water shedding, bruh. It's just frustrating, bruh. Like,
and it's so frustrating.
How can you go back to that nightmare again, like,
bro? And it's so frustrating because when it comes to politics, right? I think politics were deliberately made to be complicated, because if you're not following this thing, I'm sure many people don't even know what's going on, and I'm following it, and the news are happening hourly. They'll talk about a coalition in KZN with ANC and DA, and also there's MK and EFF. They also want to do a coalition, and then Ramaphosa, and people are saying a government of national unity is
confusing.
Yeah, they're saying a government of national unity was created by Ramaphosa. But I know for a fact, because I read Mandela's book, Dare Not Linger. Nelson Mandela has a book where he explicitly says that a government of national unity was the only way that he could make all the political parties and the whole nation to come together. And you know, Mandela, they respected him. So they just let him do. But Ramaphosa, I don't think they trust him that much, bro.
No one trusts that guy. Maybe a few people do, but most of us, we don't trust him.
Yeah, we don't trust. So like Ramaphosa, the thing I trust about Ramaphosa is because he was the leader in the CODESA negotiations. Remember, South Africa is the only country, maybe in the world, that actually negotiated peace. Meaning that people who actually wronged us got something out of those negotiations, unfortunately. They got to keep what they took from us. And then they are continuing now to inherit and keep all that wealth that they accumulated during apartheid. And now we have to take the wealth back and put it ekasi, like as we are doing right now. Where do you think this wealth will be going? Back ekasi.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, so right now in politics, it's either we are going to go for a government of national unity, or we are going to go for... Why don't we just follow religion? Why don't we have a religious state, just like maybe those Muslim countries, Islam? That would be easy. The rules would be so easy. With politics, isn't it religion much easier?
It's the thing about religion, bro. Just follow what's in the Bible, what's in the Quran.
They tell us
straight up.
It's pretty straightforward.
You can't just say, nah, we're not gonna do this. We're gonna go this way.
So okay. Don't you think
we have to follow the rules?
Yeah, don't you think there's a constitution right in South Africa? Don't you think that's the Bible of?
Yeah, that's
the Bible.
That's the government Bible. That's what I can call it. Government Bible. That's how it works. They say if you kill someone, you go to jail.
Yeah,
that's how it
commandments.
Works.
They are there in the constitution.
And one crazy thing is, the government can change those rules at any time they want.
Anytime. In fact, they can even negate. It depends who you are. Money talks at the end of the day. So money is also a religion as well, because some people worship money, bro. So, but how did this all start? We can talk about religion a lot, but how did the whole world start? I think that should be the next topic. Let's break it down. How did the world start? Genesis. Let's take it back from the start. Genesis. First, you know what they're saying, that okay, we are going to talk about hey. The beginning is Genesis. You can call it the Big Bang Theory. It's the same thing. Even the Big Bang Theory says, they're saying that it came from nothing. There's no way. That's where they get stuck with the Big Bang Theory. When it comes to Genesis, it's pretty straightforward. God has always existed, always been there from the beginning. There's no beginning and end to him, Alpha and Omega. So God, within 6 days, he created the whole universe, right? The skies, hell, heaven, the waters, the seas, animals, whatever you can see with your eyes. And then there are also, on the 6th day, he created Adam, right? The story goes. As you know, when we were growing up, we were told this. As a Christian nation, South Africa is a Christian nation, right? Yeah. So that's the story. Genesis, on the 6th day, Adam was created from clay, from the soil. And then God saw that Adam was bored, and then he took Adam's rib and created a female, a woman. And then from then, you know how it goes. They ate the fruit of knowledge. The fruit of knowledge could be anything. Maybe they discovered what's happening. You know, they got confused somehow by the serpent. We don't really know. It's everyone's interpretation. Some say they discovered that they were naked, or they discovered lust. Yeah, you can interpret it as much as you want. And on the 7th day, God rested, which is, they call it the Sabbath.
Yeah.
That's the Genesis story. So what do you think? What's your, like, what do you know about Genesis? Am I wrong? According to your culture, religion, what is the Genesis story? You can comment below and tell us.
Yeah, when you say tell us your story, you just remind me that when you actually talk about Genesis, there are a lot of different stories, theories, and all of that. There are a lot of different stories about how it actually started.
Sorry
like
about
all
that.
of these stories coming from different religions, different people, and scientists, and actually history books and all of that. It's just crazy, bro. But we just can allow people on the comment section, if you have something different that we did not say, just write it down and correct us if you may. And yeah, I just wanted to speak about this one particular story from the Sumerian text. So this one is, it became interesting to me because it was, I could say it's different from all the other creation stories. So this one is the how the world was created according to the Sumerian text. So in the Sumerian text they say the world was created according to the creation of different gods. So the first god they created was Namu. Then Namu is the waters actually. So I don't understand how the waters were created first. But yeah, it's just they say Namu is a god and is the god of the waters. Then gave birth to Ki, which is the earth. You see. So in another way, I began to remember another story when they said above the sky there's water. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, that's a very deep theory.
Yeah, they in that I don't remember where I was reading in the internet. So they just said above the sky there's the firmament, then beyond the firmament is water. So
maybe the Sumerians were onto something when
they were onto something because water. Another
water
thing
is life.
Another thing in our African tradition, we know the heavens were created first. So if they say waters were created first, I can also agree that heavens is water, then the heavens were created first, then came earth. So this story is just crazy because it even involves aliens.
Oh yeah, that's a topic for liberty.
It even involves aliens. It's crazy, bro. But we'll speak about it on another day. But yeah, it's just another perspective on how the earth was created.
And I liked how you spoke about the African perspective, because our great grandfather Credo Mutwa, I would say the grand wizard of Africa. So Credo Mutwa, he said the creation of the earth came about this way. He spoke about aliens, funny enough. But we said we're going to get into that topic in another, episode, because the creation of earth according to alien life form, it's the craziest story, and especially when you involve Africa. But the one African religion that had creation on point, I would say, is the Nigerian religion. I would say Nigerian, but I know that the Igbo and the other guys, I can just check here because they have a very interesting mythology. I don't want to call it mythology because once you say mythology, you're saying that these gods never existed. And in African spiritual culture, there's no such thing as mythology. If we're saying that God existed, it will always be like that. There's no such thing as mythology. It's not like Greek mythology or Norse mythology. There's no African mythology. It's made up.
I know most of us in African tribes and religions, we share knowledge that actually someone has saw. I won't tell you that I read somewhere that aliens exist and whatever. Nah, someone is gonna come to you straight and say, I saw a spaceship or I saw an alien. So I just think in this time that we're living in, we should actually speak about our personal experiences about these things. Because I know there are people that have seen way crazier things than I have seen in my life.
And here's something much crazier then. So they're saying that the mythology of Nigeria is diverse because of various ethnic groups that share the country. Elements of Yoruba mythology overlaps with Yoruba religion and includes the Orisha, a pantheon of gods who are also venerated in the Condombele, Santeria, and Haitian voodoo religions. in the African diaspora, Haitian voodoo. Have you seen that stuff? You see this thing, I would say yatinganga, traditional healers. Yes. Bro, is that the type of thing that happened?
I don't understand. How do they say the earth was created?
Yeah, you see now.
I don't really understand.
That's another thing then. So, but yeah, there's also voodoo. Voodoo is another religion that people stay away from because they saying it's scary, because you use sage there, people get like almost possessed in a way. We call it idlozi in African culture. Mkwembu, skwembu. Skwembu basically means gods in Xitsonga. So it means a god has entered you and now that god is speaking through you. Mm-hmm. So that's how we interpret, it's not a possession, it's something else. It's not a demon possession in African religion.
I would call it a channeling.
A channeling, yes. So it's very deep. So okay guys, that's the episode for today. I really hope you enjoyed. If you're a religious, spiritual person, tell us about your experience. Like, subscribe, comment, tell us your thoughts. Everything you want to tell us, comments below.
Yeah man, you can even check out my music. This time, on the previous video, I said I was gonna put on the links. I forgot and everything. But this time I'm gonna make sure. But if you don't get the links, you can search on any platform. It's Midnight Crisis, MIDNYT CRISIS. So you can find me anywhere, bruh.
Yeah.
Like, share, also comment on my shit. Tell your friends about it. Tell your mom. Yeah, anything, man. Let's just keep pushing.
So it's Lulama Anderson
and Midnight Crisis.
It's the Sneyman podcast. For now, sharp.